Hello YouTube, this is Balake here. It's my first video ever. The commentating will probably be just as bad as the editing, but it'll probably take me a week to even figure out how to upload this to YouTube, let alone work Sony Vegas. But without further ado, let's go into it. I'll start with Olaf. So Olaf is the tank out of the bunch. He is the little fatty. He's also the slowest out of the three. You can control him by pressing 1. If you see my mouse at the bottom, you'll notice that it says 1, 2, 3, 4. This controls each Viking. See, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and 4 being controls clicks all of them. You can also box them in. Like if you ever played StarCraft or any other real-time RPG, like StarCraft, Warcraft, Age of the Empire, this box is very familiar to you. So like I can box these two in, leave him out, box him in, box just him in, box him in, and that really helps whenever you're tight quarters in the battles, like whenever they're all this close together. You can kind of just leave Balog behind, push him up, push him up, push him over here, la la la. Okay, I'm kind of showing off here. Anyway, let's start off with Olaf. So, 1. Olaf is the slowest out of the three, but he has some pretty cool passives. His first passive is he charges you, and after 8 seconds he can do it again. So as you can see, I just charged him. His second passive is all of his auto attacks slow. No matter what, they will always slow. His third passive, as I'm about to show you right here, you see how he's low on health? I'm just going to go sit him right here for about 10 seconds. And his passive is a lot like Garen's passive if you played League of Legends. After 3 seconds, he gets major health regen, and you just send him right back into battle. Because at the beginning of the game, your Vikings are all going to be separated, and I'll go into that later, and why. So, pretty much this is what you do with Olaf if this was a real game. You just keep auto-attacking, 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 you get low, go sit him right behind this gate, and just wait for his regen to come up. I'm still in range of these minions of getting XP, so I can be messing with Olaf and Eric, Balog and Eric while he gets regen. He's now full regen, I send him back in, rinse, repeat. Alright. So we'll start off with Balog. We'll get Balog next. He's hotkey number 2. So you go in, and the cool thing about Balog is all of his attacks do splash damage. He also does increased damage if you hit him in the back. So you can take out like entire minion waves within like 10 seconds with just this one Viking. He's your split pusher. He's the best at pushing lanes. He's your go-to guy for laning. Alright, he's also mid-range, so he's not the fastest, but he's not the slowest. He doesn't have the most range, but he doesn't have the least range. He is mid-range. If you kind of get what they're going for whenever they made these guys. So we'll go with Eric next. Eric is your fast little shithead. You will never be able to catch this dude unless you get on a mount. And he's your guy that's just constantly annoying the other team, stopping people from getting objectives, hitting them. Like if someone's trying to turn in gold, just go auto attack them. It stops turning it in. You go run away. If someone's trying to like claim the dragon on Dragon Shrine, you're just constantly annoying them, harassing them, trying to prevent and delay for your teammates to get there in time. He's also the fastest out of the three, and he's the squishiest. So you can kind of see Olaf slowest, Balog second fastest. I don't know, that kind of sounded weird. Eric is the fastest, but vice versa. Olaf's the tankiest, Balog is in the middle, and Eric is the squishiest. So let's go into their talents. The first skill, it pretty much gives you the option of which Viking you want to upgrade or get bribery. What bribery does is you pretty much insta-kill a camp. It's good on some maps, but I prefer Olaf's blocks on most maps. If I'm playing Dragon Shrine, I'll sometimes take spy games, just because what I'll do with Eric is I'll sit him there, and I'll sit him right by the Dragon Shrine and cloak him. That way I'll constantly be a threat of just grabbing the dragon for the team really fast by going to every single lane. Alright, so Balog's also attack, it just does more damage, so he lanes even better than he already does. So the second level, let's set level up here. Level 4. Balog's attacks heal himself. Or you can do Eric's healing, where Eric moves around, he heals more. Like if he's moving around, he'll heal more, and that's pretty much how he does. Or you can take it to where he sabotages structures. That's not the greatest one. I prefer you either take Balog heals himself, or Eric heals himself, because the sabotage isn't that great of a skill, just because it's the other two are just way better, and you really want to get that soak at the beginning of the game, and what better way to do that than to increase one of your Viking survivability. I prefer Baylog just because he's going to push more minions and get more minion XP, so it's better to keep him alive. And also, Eric doesn't need it that much because he's fast enough as it is, so he can just run away really quick. So let's go to the next one. Good job, Arthas. Alright, level 7. Without a doubt, you want to take Spin to win. It is by far the best. Vikings got a nerf recently where you could actually, but before that, you could get the shield and the Spin to win on both different, on different levels. But now they put them on the same upgrading level, so you actually have to pick one or the other. And by far, Spin to win is the best. I'll show you why. You see Arthas' health right now? Not that much because he's a tank. I guess that was a bad. But anyways, they pretty much gives them a nuke. So I'll show you their ult in a second, and I'll show you why Spin to win is such a good skill. So if you level them up a little bit more, level 10. Alright, without a doubt, take Longboat. I'm not even going to go into play again. It's such a crappy ult. Don't even use it. Don't even look at it. Don't even read it. I'll tell you what it is. If 2 Vikings are dead, you can revive them instantly at the last Viking that's alive, or you can just simply get them all at a one spot. It's not that great of a skill compared to the Longboat. The Longboat is by far the best ult in the game, in my opinion. Boom. Dead. Alright. It can siege. It can siege keeps really easily. And then after it's done, I'll show you what I meant. So the boat ends. You're right on top of Arthas. Well, if I can get by Arthas. Spin. It does a little bit extra damage, that little right at the end, so you can just finish off your opponent. And that's why Spin to win is such a great combo with the boat. So let's keep going even more. Level 13. Well, let's restart this game. Level 13. Whenever I first started, I would always take jump, and what jump does, they all jump. You actually cannot pick like one Viking to jump and then leave these other 2 off cooldown. If one jumps, they all have to jump. Same goes for Spin to win, and I think there's one other shield, but you should never really take the shield because Spin to win is that damage that your team's gonna need. Otherwise, they're gonna be crying the whole game. Oh, the Vikings aren't doing any damage, and I hear that every single time I play them. Boom. So. The Nordic Attack Squad is actually the Giant Killer perk, which you've probably seen on other heroes. It's pretty good. I accidentally clicked it one time, and I kind of was mad at myself, but then I was instantly like surprised by how much damage it does. I immediately face rolled a Lyric, and that's one of the tankiest guys in the game right now. Like everybody, it was amazing. I don't even know how that skill isn't even nerfed. So whenever there's a Lyric or there's 2 tanks, I definitely take Nordic Attack Squad just because it's definitely the best tank killer for your team, and it catches your enemies off guard like every single time. Just the amount of damage it'll do to them is crazy. So let's go to the next one. Alright, so this is the one I was talking about earlier with Olaf's charge. He now his charge will stun, so if Arthas will come out here for a second. Come on, Arthas, where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Excuse me. I'll go into the other ones. This one is every time a Viking auto attacks, your Spin to win, your ult, your jump all go down 0.25 seconds. So that actually adds it pretty fast if you have them split into all 3 different lanes because they're constantly auto attacking. The marathon, it makes also their mount. I forgot to go into this. They don't have a mount. Their mount is they sprint, and it goes on a 30-second cooldown afterwards. Like reset clear cooldown. So you see they sprint. Of course, obviously Eric will be the fastest. But anyways, this pretty much just makes them faster. This one, Executioner, isn't great because the only disable you're going to have by yourself is Olaf's charge. So there's no point in getting Execution because you can't get them both. Like, that's kind of something I didn't like, but I kind of get why they did it. It'd be kind of OP. So I just stick to Olaf's charge every time I do it. Let me toggle the minions here. So, last but not least, level 20. What better way abuse an overpowered ult than to upgrade the overpowered ult again. No doubt, hands down, take this one. Do not take the other ones. It is definitely the best. I'll probably end up killing this Arthas behind the gate. Oh, he barely survived. But see, also they can also tank the towers because they're not going to need the health after it's gone. It doesn't really matter. Boom. There you go. You kill his keep. Yada yada yada. And that pretty much sums up all the skills I use for the Vikings. Okay, so the game is loading up and we will be in shortly. I never noticed Brightwing was at the top right. My boy Vikings are in that picture though. Just shows. It just shows how good they are. My boys. Alright, let's go. Any day now. Now. Ooh, I'm good. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna be taking Olaf's basic attacks just because that's a really good one. Later in the game, whenever I'm team fighting with all three Vikings, he can lead the charge. And when he's getting chased down a top lane, he kind of has basic attacks he can block to just give him that extra time to escape. Alright, so I'm splitting them all. I don't know if I went into this yet, but I'll go over it again. The reason you want to split them all into 3 different lanes is so that they can soak. What I mean by soak is that they can all 3 get... Don't need Vikes and bot. Yes. Okay, Zag has no idea how the Vikings are played. So the Vikings... You want to soak them in all 3 lanes because you're getting 3 waves of minions all at once while your team isn't. I'm sorry, while the other heroes aren't. Alright. So I'm putting Eric just doing damage while this top, pushing Olaf top, making sure. Alright, middle's getting a little bit heavy. He might die, he might not. Oh, he lives barely. I'm going to get that regen for him. I'm going to put Olaf top, make sure these 3 are okay. I need to watch Balog very carefully. The other 2 lanes are doing fine. They're doing exactly what I want them to do. Eric's pushing safely. Olaf's pushing safely. Now Balog is pushing out the gate. So they're all doing perfectly. Okay, so this wave is pushed. So I'm going to hide him in this bush till the wave gets pushed again. Same thing with bot lane. Wave's pushed. Going to hide him in there until the wave gets at least halfway again so I can safely farm again. I'm going to push them a little bit closer to where they're still in range of these minions dying. I'm going to save Naz right here. Didn't really save him. Permanent damage from happening to him though. Alright, this Joanna is kind of asking to die. So what I'm going to tell my team here, since it's temples, is that they should all go top and that I will cover the lanes. What this does is it maximizes the chances of you controlling the temple for the team, while at the same time you have the Vikings soaking every lane for your team and they are not missing any experience. But of course, experience can also be gained by just them all sitting in the temple anyways, and let's just not getting any temples. So in the first temples, there's always 2 that always spawn. It's okay to just let your team control 1. You don't need to get greedy and go for both of them. I'm gonna get Olaf's heal. I think there he is. Shit. Okay, Olaf's definitely gonna die here, maybe. Yes, he did die. So what I'm doing is you can actually queue. If you see on the map, the mini map, you see that dotted line. That's where he's going the second he spawns. I already have it rallied. See, I'm not even touching the keyboard right now, and he's already walking. These 2 are constantly getting XP soaked. You can see right now, my experience is at 3,000, and my other team's closest is about 1,000. So I'm already tripling the experience for my team, which is exactly what I want to be doing. And I just accidentally participated in a Zeratul kill without even knowing it, and that's just the perks of the Vikings. So this is what I'm going to be doing till I get my longbow at level 10. Just constantly soaking for the team, not dying, not losing any Vikings, not losing any precious experience, just constantly being in lanes with every single Viking. Sometimes I get lazy and they're not attacking, but that's just because I'm not paying attention or I'm commentating. Alright, so this wave is pushed. I don't want to push right here because that stops the wave from coming. You want to walk backwards and let the wave push as far possible as it can. Alright, see, if they would have jumped on Baylog, they would have actually killed Bay. Oh, never mind. Never mind, that was actually the good one. Alright. I'm kind of glad KT's top because Olaf can eat his shit all day. If he was middle or bot, it would kind of get on my nerves. Just because he can do a shit ton of damage to Vikings early. Trying to get spin to win. And I will be taking jump this game, not the tank killing one like we discussed earlier, because KT at the late game is going to be a monster against my Vikings, so I want to have that jump to dodge his little burst, his little circle AoE attack. Alright, so he's getting attacked, so I'm just going to walk him back, and now he's safe. Middle lane's pushed. Naz knows what's up. Alright, Baylog died, but it's okay. To have two deaths by 4 minutes is actually not that bad. Alright, so it looks like my team is actually going to do what I was talking about. They're actually all grouping and going bot, while my Vikings can split push mid and top in peace without anybody bothering me, so it leads to maximum XP seg. And this zero tool, ooh, you almost died. I should have been there for the spin. I probably could have snagged him. Alright, so I don't even have to look at Olaf and Baylog right now, because there's nobody in lane messing with them. My only focus right now needs to be on Eric, because this is where the temple's at, this is where my whole team is at, and this is where all the team fighting is going down right now. And I can still look at the mini-map to see if any of them are actually in dangerous. And danger. Okay. And the little ding from the turrets telling you that they're attacking you is like a lifesaver with the Vikings, because you're never there always. You're not gonna always be able to see it happening. So that ding is like a reminder, like, hey, there's a Viking over here getting attacked by a tower. I really like that add-on they added. So this is actually. Yeah, I kind of stopped recording halfway through the game, but at least y'all got to see kind of how to play the Vikings and what they do and stuff like that. I kind of hate how y'all didn't get to see the other half of the game. I might upload another video just so I can go through an entire game and show you guys what you should be looking out for, what you should be doing, heroes to watch out for and stuff like that. But I'd appreciate if y'all left some comments letting me know how I did on my first video, what things I did right, some things I did wrong, and thanks for watching, guys. Peace.